Hello and welcome to another night of racing here at the Thursday Night GT Championship by RaceDepartment on Project Cars 2 for PS4. My name is Frank. I'll be your commentator for tonight's races, and I have to check if everything is working because there were some problems with my connection to the PlayStation Network, and it looks like everything is okay. So apologies for the delay. Couldn't get the live stream online, but we are here. We have just started the qualifying session for the feature race at Zhuhai International Circuit. The circuit is in China, and while here in Europe, where most of the drivers are based, it is pretty freaking cold. In China, however, on track, it's pretty okay and decent enough to race. So let's see how everyone is doing. Excuse me. Everyone just started their warm-up laps. As you can see, Gaz is the first, and the first times are coming in, and currently Gaz is on pole with a 131.9. And like every time, every race, it is pretty close. This is just the first lap for most, so it probably will be getting a bit closer. Let's join Gaz in the number 4 Audi. Benji is just behind with 0.06 of a second. Adam is only half a second away. Liam in 4th place is only 0.6 away. Jamie is just under a second in the Bentley, so the Bentley is doing very well here. And we have a lawnmower somewhere over here. And that was Killer Ramsey. Here's a new driver, Robert G plus 1 up. This will be his first race in the TNGTC. So welcome Robert in the number 5 Audi. Another Audi on the field. And here we have another new driver, Doko 1983. Already with some damage on his right front. Also in the Hot Wheels Audi livery, the number 10 car. So we'll see how they will be doing this race. And back to the leader in the race, Gaz. Still on pole, improved his time, and is now, he did a 31.7. So still pretty close, as you can see. It's just over a second within the top 7, 1.1 seconds apart from each other. Here we are with Paul Scott in the Ferrari, currently in 7th. He's still doing very well. Also a pretty new driver. He joined this season, and he proved to be a very fast driver. Here we are with a veteran in the series, He's been with the TNGTC for a couple of seasons now. And Skanky is also driving a Ferrari, the banana yellow 31 Ferrari. This is Adam. He is currently in third position and just switched to the Audi. He was driving the Renault before this, but he eventually made the switch, just like his teammate who is currently in second place, Benji, in the 28 Audi. Benji is called Boy Raxer 14. So the top three is all Audi. Gaz in the Audi, Benji in the Audi, Adam in the Audi, and here is Gaz's teammate Liam. The two drivers are driving for Spam Fritters Racing, and he is in the 44 Audi, so the top four are all Audis. Jamie currently in sixth, warming up his brakes. And he is now halfway through his outlap. Currently, this is turn 9. Letting one of the Audis by. Letting another Audi by. That's one of the new drivers. You can see the white and red livery. That's the Hot Wheels livery. And here he is in the last sector, warming up his tires, warming up his brakes. And we'll just follow Jamie for a hot lap around Zhuhai. This is a 4.3 kilometer track, and here we go. So, this is start finish, turn 1 and 2. This is actually a double corner, very tricky. There is no specific line where you can, the ideal line. Turn 3, and these are turn 4 and 5. These are also the hot spots. Drivers cannot cut there. They're allowed a certain amount of cuts or extends per race. If they exceed that, they will get penalty time, penalty points, which can lead up to a qualifying ban or a total disqualification of the race. Of course, exceeding and cutting corners isn't allowed throughout the track, but since we don't have the rules and penalties on, and here we saw Jamie on the grass a bit, so this will probably not be an improvement of his time, but we will see after next corner. That was the final turn. And, ooh, just missed it. So, like I said, cutting and exceeding isn't allowed on the track, but there are the two hotspots over here, which will be monitored after the race. everywhere else on the track is just when you are on track and you see another driver cutting or extending, you can discuss it with the stewards afterwards, and they will look into it. Here we are with one of the two guys in Godzilla Racing, and you guessed the team name is because of the cars. And this is Scooby, also known as Nathan, and Nathan is driving, and that's a cut. But Nathan is driving the GTR, number 24. And his teammate is currently there he is. His teammate is currently in 11th place, but that's because he hadn't set a time. So he is probably on his way to a timed lap as we speak. No, this is just his warm-up lap. And here he is for the final turn, so let's watch Ben do a hot lap around Zhuhai. Let's get the speedometer. Back to second, tight corner. That's tricky. It's still two wheels on the curbs, but there should be probably two wheels on the asphalt. Ooh, and he just managed to keep it on the track. Last hairpin. There are a lot of hairpin turns here. It's a pretty wide track, but it's in sector 2. It's fairly impossible to overtake, or you have to outbrake someone. Here comes Ben's first time, and it's a non-valid time, or it's my timing. We've seen that before. Well, let's get back to a couple of other guys. Here we are with Doko 1983. There's still some visual damage to his front right, but that's another bug in the game. If you get damage and you go back to the pits, get it fixed, it's still visible on your car. And here's the other newbie, Robert G+, one up on his warm-up lap. And let's see, Gaz is still on a 31.7. Adam got pretty close again, 31.8, and 31.9 for Benji, 32.0 for Liam. And then there's a gap of 7/10 from Skanky in at 32.7. Jamie currently still in 6th with a 32.8. Scooby 32.9. Here we have Paul Scott, also a 32.9. Is he working on a new lap? No, apparently not. Let's get back to the current standings. And then a 33.8 for Robert G plus 1 up. Let's call him Robert for now. That's a very decent time for a newbie. Doko is at a 33.8. And then we have Ben and Ramsey. I just don't know what their times are. I think they have set a time, but like I said, there's some bug in the game still that sometimes I don't see all the timings. So we'll just keep it like this for now, because that's all the info I have. And by the way, if you are watching and if you have any questions, just post them on the live chat. If you're watching a replay, just post something in the comments if you have any questions, and we'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Also, you can find us on social media. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. Just look for TNGTC, which stands for the Thursday Night GT Championship. You can find us on the Race Department website at RaceDepartment.com. Check us out. Just go to the search bar and type in TNGTC. You'll get to our forums. If you go to the Race Department forums, just go to the Project Cars 2 thread, the Project Cars 2 leagues, and then you can find us under the PS4 League Thursday Night GT Championship. So with 18 seconds to go of official timing, it looks like this is going to be the starting grid. So that's officially it for the qualifying session for round 29. The feature race at Zhuhai International Circuit. The feature race will be 26 laps, and the in-game race time is 12 p.m. And the weather is clear, which is pretty unusual for Zhuhai. And we have had Zhuhai in the past couple of seasons. We've seen some very wet races over here, and this will be a complete dry race. So that's it. Only Gaz is on track, and he is coming up to the final turn. There he is, turn 14, and across, start finish, and that's it. Qualifying is complete, and And now we will switch to the race screen where the drivers will have 2 minutes to set up their cars, adjust the amount of fuel they're going to run for the complete race, because they were probably all running on qualifying fuel, so enough fuel for 2 or maybe 3 laps. There we have it. Gaz in first place with a 31.7, followed by Adam. Adam's teammate Benji is in third place. Then we have Liam, Spamfridge Racing, Gaz's teammate, in fourth. Skanky in fifth. Jamie in sixth place. Scooby seventh. Paul Scott eighth. Robert G Plus, one of the new guys, in ninth. Doko in 10th. And then we have Ben and Ramsey in 11th and 12th place. So here we are at the startup screen for the race, which will start in about 2 minutes. Like I said, drivers will have the time to get their setups right, because unlike in Project Cars 1, you can't set a qualifying fuel and a race fuel. There's just one amount of fuel. Don't forget to adjust it, or you'll be running on qualifying fuel and you'll have to pit after 2 or 3 laps. So they have time to adjust that, adjust tire pressures, front and rear wing, and of course, very important, the pit strategy. You have to set it, or well, you can set it before the race. You'll have to check it during the race, because there have been some bugs where the computer sets you to hard tires automatically or very high tire pressures. So you have to check that on the in-car management system during the race. So they have to set the pit strategy, excuse me, and they have to do that within 2 minutes. Have to press ready up, and then everyone's set to go. So once we will hear the engine start, and here we are, lights will go on in a couple of seconds. There we see, and the lights are off. Jamie goes to the left, and Gaz had a great start, coming through first, and nothing special there. They all got through nicely. Here's the first turn. There you can see that Liam was going a bit, he cut a bit there, has to give back the place to Benji, tries to get on the inside again, but it's not enough. There was Skanky on the outside, went too wide, and is now followed by Jamie. Will he be able to keep him in distance? And that looked like contact. Will he give back the position? Side by side through turn 10. And now it's 3 wide. And it's Paul who benefits, Scooby who benefits from the battle. And has taken 5th place. Let's go back to the front where Adam is on Gaz's tail. Can he get a slipstream out of this? No. but he is close and he is on the inside. He is on the inside. They're side by side going through turn 3. Gaz is the quicker, but the next few tight turns are coming up. Adam dives to the outside. He's looking for a different line. This part is hard to overtake because it's too tight. But Adam has the inside again. Very clever by Gaz, who sets up for the next turns. We're all left-handers. And meanwhile, Benji and Liam have caught up. So it's now almost a 4-man battle for first place. And now it's all about getting the corners right. Now we can see 2 guys standing still. If you watch the map on your right side of the screen, there are 2 back markers. But this is a very interesting race, and Gaz pushed him very wide. Adam won't like that, but pretty fair. He was defending very well, but Adam seems to be faster. It's very close between these 2. Benji is creeping up on his teammate, getting close, so Adam will have to be careful now. Of course, they won't be battling for second place, maybe for first, but for now I think it's mainly Benji's task to keep Liam at bay and give Adam the room to try to overtake Gaz. So it's a nice battle between the Spam Fritters racers, which are Gaz in first and Liam in fourth, and the Snakes Unite Racing drivers, which are Adam in second and Benji in third. We are again, final turn. Looks like Gaz is slowly getting away from Adam, so he won't get enough tow. And in the back we can see Skanky and Jamie battling it out at the final turn. Let's see what's happening there. So the timing is a bit off because we can see Jamie and Ben must have had an accident because he is a lap down. And here we have Killer Ramsey, also very heavily damaged car. He is 3 minutes down, so there must have been quite some accident there. Back to the battle for first. Adam is still on Gaz's tail. And Gaz is definitely defending here, blocking the inside. And who is that standing still? That's Killer Ramsey. And let's go back to the front through turn 1. And Adam is close. And he will just have to keep pushing Gaz. Hope he will make a mistake. He is looking. He is looking. He wants to get by. But Gaz is very clever, making his car as wide as possible, defending the insides, and every time Adam gets a better exit, he makes sure he gets on the wrong side for the next turn, so he sets his car up very, very, very smart. Meanwhile, Benji is still close, and the three have got away from Liam a bit. And I'm sure Liam will be pushing as hard as possible to catch up with these three, because I know he wants to get on that podium. And for these three, it's just making sure you'll get the perfect lap every single time. One little mistake and you're out of the battle. Nice exit by Adam. So it's the Audi 1, 2, 3, 4 actually. You can see him on this track with a lot of tight corners that the Audi it does so well around this track. Corners are definitely great if you're in an Audi. If you're in a GTR, well, not so much. It's very heavy on the turn-in. A very powerful car though. And here we have the two guys in Godzilla Racing. Caught both in one screen, except there is a difference. And I think my timing is off again, because now it says there's a 6-minute difference between Ben and Doko, but that doesn't seem to be right, because Scooby is in 8th place. Could be battling for position. I just can't tell from here. I don't have enough info. Here we have Jamie in 6th in the Bentley. Let's get back to the battle for first. We're almost on. We've had about, well, a third of the race. We'll be expecting the first regular pit stops around lap 11 or 12. Maybe some guys that are going for the undercut. If you do it right, you can get a lot of time. You can gain a lot of time. So here's the top three, getting away from Liam every lap, just a fraction more. And Adam is still right on the tail of Gaz. while Benji is having trouble to keep up with those two. And the rest of the field is a bit spread out, except for Scooby and his teammate Ben. I think Ben is now probably 8th and Scooby is 9th. So the timing is, life timing is way off. I just don't have, well, let's call it that. It's a digital transponder malfunction in the cars of Ben Milton and Killer Ramsey, because it seems like Ben is battling for position, so he is now probably in 8th place. And he is now on the tail of Paul Scott. So Paul is currently in 7th place. Ben is getting closer, and Paul's coming into the pits. Is that a regular pit stop, or did he make a mistake? Because it's really early for a pit stop. That would be a real undercut. Let's see how he does. And here is the battle with Paul and Ben. Just passed him like it was nothing, but a great pass, and so I think Ben will now be in 7th place. Meanwhile, back at the front, we just saw Gaz make a mistake, and Adam is now side by side. But again, he is on the inside, so good defending, but there goes Adam. And now he has officially taken him, but they are back side by side. Can he hold the inside for this turn? And he can. So now he can get in front. Excuse me, while his teammate Benji is going into the pits. And he is going for an undercut. This is a very, very important point in the race. How long will Adam be able to continue on these tires? Will Gaz try to do an undercut? Will he try to overtake Adam on track? This now is getting really, really tactical. So far it looks like Adam is pulling away slowly from Gaz. He is improving his own sector times. So now we will see, will they both stay out? So far it looks that way. No, gas is going in. So now it's time for Adam to push, and try to get the best out of this lap. He can't make a single mistake. Let's get on board. Here we are. Get the speedo there. Let's see how the leader is doing while Gaz is in the pits. Liam just is also in the pits. Benji fell back to 7th place. Probably 8th place. Since Ben doesn't have life timing. And if we can see here, Benji came out behind Gaz, but he is very close. Now we'll see what Adam will do. Will he turn into the pits? Looks like it. Yes. And here is the most important part. Let's switch back to Gaz. He was hunted down by Benji, which is a good thing because it's harder to get out that perfect lap while someone's chasing you. And we will see if Adam will be out of the pits before Gaz reaches the pit straight. This is the final turn. Where is Adam? He is exiting the pits. He will probably stay out in front. No, it's not enough. He's being passed by both Gaz and his own teammate. So he is now in... No, he is still in front of Benji. So Gaz's pit stop was very well timed. And Killer Ramsey disconnected. He already mentioned his connection was very weird, and he had some issues with the track and cars jumping up and down. So we have lost one driver. Currently, Jamie in the lead. And also Jamie is turning into the pits in lap 13. And oof, that's a waste of time. And that's a waste of a car. Yep, got that on camera. This was already when the AI took over, but that's the problem when you turn into the pits too fast. Benji is losing time. Adam and Gaz are slowly pulling away. And Paul Scott is currently in the lead. In lap 14. Oh wait, and then it's actually Ben Millen who doesn't have the timing on my screen. But he is in front of Paul. so he's probably leading the race for now. And at the top of the screen, here you can see Ben entering the pits. At the top of the screen you can see that according to the computer, Ben is still in lap 1 of 26, and we all know that that is not true. Also, Paul Scott turning in to the pits, so it's Gas back in the lead after 15 laps. 10 laps to go, and Adam is still on his tail. Will he make a move again? Here we are in the cockpit, driving along with Adam. Let's see how his chase of Gaz looks like from his position. Here we are, final turn. Looks like a good exit. Can he get that toe off of Gaz? He can, but it's not enough. Whoa! And that's Gaz almost pushing him wide. From here you can see how close it really is between those two. He's looking. The Gaz is still on the inside. And they've now officially pulled away from Benji, who is about 3.5 or just over 3 seconds away from Adam. Here we are with Benji, Boy Racer, Boy Raxer, however you want to pronounce it. He's in quite the gap, about 3 seconds behind his teammate Adam, and also about 3 seconds in front of Liam. And here we are, currently 5th, but he has 19 seconds to make up if he wants to catch Liam. But his lap times are slower than the Audis, so the Audis are definitely stronger here. Paul and the other Ferrari. Scooby and Jamie and Robert, sorry. We lost the other new driver, so we're now down to 10 drivers. And Ben is somewhere in this lineup. He is behind, there he is. This is Skanky going through turn 1. And here we have Ben in turn 1. So that means that Skanky is in 5th and Ben is then currently in 6th place. Back to the battle for first place. Gaz is still leading after 18 laps, and he will have to hold on for 9 more laps, just over 8. Looking, but he's on the outside. Can he make a switch back? No, he can't. Just keep pushing at him. Maybe he will make a mistake somewhere. Guys is not one to make many mistakes. Cutting a bit there. We've seen them both do that a couple of times. So the stewards will decide if it's cutting or not, and if they exceed the maximum amount of cuts, they will receive a penalty, which could cause a loss of position or even 2 positions. If Gas were to receive a penalty for cutting too much, he will probably lose 5 seconds, which is enough to place him behind both the drivers. Ooh, that's close. Behind both drivers of Snakes Unite Racing, and Adam is definitely trying. And he is close, Don't go on the outside, Adam. Unless you want to make a switch back, which he does here. He took him on the inside. But he's on the outside for the next turn. And Gaz can take it back here. Will Adam do another switch back? And that's a bit wide by Gaz again. The Gaz took back first place for now, and Adam is on the outside. Turn 8 is very tricky. There he goes again, just looking for turn 11 and 12, or actually 12 and 13. Actually no, because turn 13, which isn't really a turn, more like a very small bend in the track. And there he goes again. Try to make it stick this time. No. Gas is still in front. Oh, that's really, really close. Now get on the inside. And he's just too far away. With 5.5 laps to go, the battle for first is still on. And meanwhile, Jamie is battling it out with Scooby, going down the main straight. Two very powerful cars. And Scooby makes a mistake, so Jamie is now in 7th, probably 8th place. Because where is Ben Milden? He is now coming up to turn 9 and 10. And it looks like he is closing in on Skanky in the yellow Ferrari. And Adam is side by side again at turn 1 and 2. Nope, Gaz is back in front. Adam keeps trying that switchback. Through tricky turn 8. Sorry, that's 7. That was 8. So there are actually 2 turns, which in my book aren't turns. And where they are now, over here, this is officially turn 13. And then 14, final turn. Benji in the background, still trying to catch up. He is losing time. He is now 3 point. No, actually he's not. He's still on 3 seconds behind Adam. He is gaining on Liam. Liam is losing time. He's now about 6 seconds away from Benji. Near tricky turn 8, which isn't turn 8. That's 7 because this is 8. Oh well. He's trying a different line there. Doesn't really seem to work. And here we are, Skanky. And Ben is definitely getting closer. Will that be enough? According to the computer, he still has 26 laps to get closer. But we all know that's not true. Here we are with Skanky, who is in lap 23. And will Ben have enough time to make a move on Skanky? Going back to the battle for first. Through turns 9 and 10. Gaz is still holding on to that first place. But Adam is lurking. And we had to hold back just a bit too much to do a switchback there. That was a great exit through the final turn. Gaz is blocking. And Adam is going for the switchback again. Doesn't have enough speed. Try the inside, man. Just for a change. He probably prefers that line. Well, we'll have to leave it to the stewards, but it is really on the edge of what is allowed. What Gaz is doing there at turn 5. But he's doing everything to keep that first place. With less than 2 laps to go, just over 1 lap. Turn 11 and 12. In the background, Benji is still lurking. If these two make a mistake, he will get the win. But then they will have to make a mistake. And we are entering the final lap. Here we are, final lap. Adam tries the outside again. Oh, and he has to hold back. Could have been something if the road was clear, the track was wide enough, and there he goes wide. That is deliberate. He probably counted all the cuts he made, could do one more, and has to keep that distance. So, is it fair? It is. Is it showing sportsmanship? It's not, but it's racing, and they're all going for the win. These are the rules we made. And Adam's trying on for the switchback once more, but it's not enough. Gas keeps blocking him. So probably Gaz will take the win, but the race isn't over yet. And that's almost a photo finish. Very well done by Gaz, and very well done by Adam. Benji in the background, and my timing is way off, so I can't do anything anymore. Can't tell you the rest. It's a 1, 2, 3 for Audi. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Audi. There's Liam. And that's a nice Audi finish. Can I see them? No, not allowed to see them anymore. Sorry guys. My timing is screwed up. Please, Project Cars, fix this. There have been so many patches, and it still isn't right. That was a nice 1, 2, 3, 4 finish. And a pretty exciting race for Gaz and for Adam. And we can see the celebratory donuts in the background. And also Ben is burning some rubber. That's a nice smoke screen. Okay, so that's it for the feature race. A victory for Gaz, followed by Adam, Benji in third, Liam fourth, Skanky fifth, Paul Scott sixth, Jamie seventh, Scooby eighth, Ben ninth, and Robert in 10th, although I don't know. Yeah, see, it says Robert retired, Ben did not finish, so Ben probably finished 5th. That's it for the feature race. Thank you for watching. This was round 29 at Zhuhai International Circuit. And this was the Thursday Night GT Championship by Race Department on Project Cars 2 for PS4. My name is Frank, and I was your commentator for tonight. Join us for the sprint race in a couple of minutes on our official YouTube channel, and find us on social media and just look for TNGTC. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.